That's the view, y'all.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Amanda Starantino. Tonight, RTV6 is taking concerns to police and holding those in charge responsible after neighbors came to us with their frustrations. They're talking about a homeless camp that has recently moved into the area of Holy Cross neighborhood just east of downtown. Residents say they have seen an uptick in break-ins and say they understand people who experience homelessness need empathy, but they have concerns about safety.
I don't feel safe walking that way. In fact, they're taking both sides of the underpass.
IMPD has a flex team that visits people who experience homelessness, visiting each camp in the city twice a week at least. Police say there's a housing crisis right now with deep waiting lists that rush people out of doors. After a soggy day for much of central Indiana, we want to get you a look at what's ahead with Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory. Kevin.
A few showers early tonight, but they'll be very isolated. Temperatures, they're going to be in the 50s by morning. A dry and breezy Friday is on the way. Most of the showers so far today have been, as I mentioned, isolated. That's aside from what we had this morning. Let me show you quickly here the showers that exist. These are all sliding to the south along a cold front in Marion County. One little shower on the north side, but we got a little line here where these showers are along the front. So I think we'll see more bubble up. They're a little more substantial down around Seymour and Brownstown. 76 in Indianapolis. There's the line of some showers in the northern portion of Marion County. 81 in Lafayette, 73 in Zionsville. Through the evening hours, isolated showers continue. Watch the clouds dropping as we go to the morning hours, at least to the south with the showers, and we'll gradually work on some sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures in the 50s tomorrow morning. That's a big deal. We'll talk about how long it stays comfortable coming up.
Indy Metro Police are working with the FBI to teach religious leaders what to do when faced with one of the worst possible situations. This weekend, they are holding an active shooter training seminar for faith community leaders and congressional security.
It's unfortunate, really, that we have to have a training for places of worship, a place that many of us look at as sacred and as safe. We know that history has shown that that's not always the case.
The only way for us to make sure that our communities, particularly faith communities, are protected from these individuals who seek to wreak havoc in our community and in our nation is to be not just prayerful, but to also be prepared and to be proactive.
The training sessions are happening Sunday from 3 to 6 at the Indianapolis Hebrew congregation. Organizers say they hope this training will serve as an example for businesses and all community groups when it comes to being prepared for dangerous situations. And we are learning today an Indiana National Guard soldier killed during a training accident in Texas was also a firefighter with Johnson County. 29-year-old Staff Sergeant Andrew Michael St. John died August 15th at Fort Hood. He had served in the Army National Guard for 10 years and on multiple deployments and had been a volunteer firefighter with the Nineveh Fire Department for just over a year. His body will be returned home to Indiana tomorrow. Everything is getting back to normal after a crash and backup on the interstate this morning. It hurt several people, but investigators say their injuries are minor. Indiana State Police say the crash in the eastbound lanes of I-70 near Harding Street involved 9 vehicles. It shut down traffic for nearly 2 hours. We don't yet know the cause of the crash or how many people were hurt. RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is our way of helping you find jobs, skills, and resources. And as kids head back to school, we are focusing on programs that help young minds go from classroom to career. And when the alarm goes off in a firehouse, first responders jump into action to save your life. And RTV6's Aaron Lish found out students in Greenwood are getting in on the fight.
Got a victim.
Central 9 students perform a mock search and rescue.
All right, she's unconscious and low in air.
Learning skills needed to become firefighters, and their instructors are actual first responders.
Up in the morning! Up in the morning!
Mentally and physically, we preach a lot about character to get them that mental toughness that's required to be a firefighter and an EMT to get them prepared for the workforce.
Through fire and EMT training, they can earn multiple certifications like CPR, first aid, and basic life support, preparing them for a life after graduation.
I can get hired on hospitals to be an EMT, and then right when I'm 21, I can apply to be on fire departments.
And as they simulate saving someone from a burning building, through this program, they know they want to help the community someday.
to serve people. I've always wanted to be that guy who people look at and respect. I mean, I'm going to be humble about it, but it's a blast, and I just want to help people.
Good work, boys.
Working for you, Aaron Lish, RTV6.
Thanks, Aaron, and we have all of our classroom to career stories online for you to check out, plus opportunities for all ages and stages of life right now on hiringhoosiers.com. Crews are working on a brand new Monon Trail bridge span. This section of bridge was installed this morning over State Road 32 in Westfield. The road was shut down while 2 cranes lifted the bridge pieces weighing 128,000 pounds into place. It's been a long time coming, as Westfield's mayor says for years there was a roadblock in place on the Monon at State Road 32 to help keep everyone safe.
We applied for federal funds, safety funds. We're awarded that. It's a long process, and here we are tonight. That's why in the world a mayor is up at 2 a.m. This is a pretty big deal for the little city of Westfield.
The State Road 32 bridge is almost twice as long as the Monon Trail Bridge at 146th Street. Well, coming up in RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers, being accepted for who you are is essential for a satisfying career. That's why this group wants to make sure you can get some face time with the inclusive employers Central Indiana has to offer.
And change is rolling our way just in time for the weekend. You feel the difference now with the temperature. The humidity will also drop, but you don't see any really warm temperatures anywhere in the Midwest. How long will that last?
Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Welcome back. A reminder from the TSA, you have a little more than a year to get a real ID if you plan to fly. Beginning October 1st, 2020, you will need a real ID to get through airport security across the country. Your ID or license should have a star in the corner showing your state follows new security guidelines. You can get a real ID from the BMV, or you can use other forms of ID to get through airport security, like a passport or a permanent resident card. AAA says you can start to expect lower gas prices as summer wraps up. They say prices this fall may drop by as much as 25 cents per gallon. That could make the average about $2.40. That's down 35 cents a gallon from July 4th when gas was $2.75. Factors driving gas prices down include a decrease in demand after Labor Day and the shift to a winter blend gasoline in September that is cheaper to produce. Yes, we're talking about switching seasons now.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far away. I'll tell you how many days away fall is, but I always throw out this. I think predicting gas prices is harder than predicting the weather.
You think?
Yeah, we could be on in 2 days talking about how gas prices are spiking. Who knows? But if they're going that way, that's good. All right, let's talk about what's ahead. Autumn begins. Speaking of a change in season, 31 days. Halloween 70. You got plenty of time to build your own costume. And there is the change in time. Still quite a ways away, but stuff to start to think about. Dry, dry, dry. Next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll get back to a chance for some thunderstorms early next week on Monday and Tuesday. Right now, we're just trying to move the rain that we have, which is isolated, out of the state and allow drier and cooler air to settle in. Temperatures will be very comfortable through the weekend. 64 is your average low. High temperatures are still averaging in the low 80s. We'll be below average on both counts. Coolest temperatures actually Saturday and Sunday morning. Mid-50s in Indianapolis. A couple of spots could be cooler than that in outlying areas. Well, the shower that was up in Washington Township near North Central High School, the Castleton area, too, with the shower. These are starting to fade, but what happens, they're just kind of hopping along, and they fade out, and then the next develops just down the road. These will continue to be fairly light. A little more substantial rain south of US 50 in Jackson County, south of Brownstown and Seymour. The cold front, which is the spark for any of these showers, is taking its time. It really has 2 speeds, slow and stop, and it's drifting to the south, eventually pushing all chances for rain south of the Ohio River. Friday, pretty good looking day. Nice way to dismount from the work week. Temperatures around 77 for the afternoon high. You will notice a nice breeze. That brings in cooler temperatures, but also lower humidity. We lower the humidity, and you'll notice that quite a bit. Temperatures tomorrow, all below average, and it sets up what will be a nice Friday night for football. Temperatures in the low to mid 70s. Often this time of year can be pretty uncomfortable for the players, but I think it'll be more enjoyable tomorrow. Weekend temperatures, coolest for the high temperature on Saturday. Sunday, still quite a bit of sunshine, 80 degrees for the high. Saturday temperatures that start in the 50s already by noon, in the low 70s. Afternoon temperatures will be in the mid 70s. 7-day plan on warmer temperatures coming back early next week as the temperature comes back up. So will our rain chances, and that's on Monday and Tuesday, but we'll worry about that later.
Weekend is looking mighty fine.
Yeah, enjoy.
Thanks, Kevin. Coming up in our nightly Hiring Hoosiers report, an Indianapolis high school is preparing students who you might one day see right here on RTV6.
Ashley Home Store. This is home.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is connecting you to jobs, resources, and opportunities to expand your skills. And tonight we're getting the word out about an opportunity to get face-to-face time with inclusive employers. Here's our Meredith Barrick.
We are here today with Tiffany Hansen from Indy Pride, and we're going to talk about a really important event that Indy Pride is hosting along with Geico, the Indy Pride Career Fair. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
And this event is so important. Tell me a little bit why you guys are hosting this.
Yeah, so this is our second annual career fair. We started this last year. We have seen a lot more people coming forward with cases of discrimination in the workplace, of LGBTQ people experiencing that, vocalizing that more and more. So we wanted to create an event where we could bring together inclusive employers who are really interested in making LGBTQ people feel welcome in their workplaces, bring them together to say, we want you, please apply for jobs with us, we want to take care of you, we want to give you career paths. It's still currently legal to fire someone because they are a member of the LGBTQ community. There are a lot of cases that are going through different court systems to fight that, so we're hoping that will change, but it's also still legal for an employer to fire someone because of that kind of cultural community. So,
and unfortunately, that's just one challenge that members of the LGBT community face when having a job or when looking for a job. Talk to me a little bit about the challenges that maybe someone who is heterosexual wouldn't think of.
Yeah, so even basic things like LGBTQ people have to come out to people on a regular basis. So thinking through the interview process, do you tell your employer and the person who is interviewing you that you're a member of that community and risk facing that discrimination just even before you get your foot in the door? Do you ask about benefits? Like, benefits is a big thing. Is there the same amount of paternal leave as there is of maternal leave for gay parents? Are there health benefits that are going to take care of the trans community and different health needs that they may have? So there's all sorts of different things that are built into the way that we typically experience the employment space that may not be inclusive of everyone in our community.
And there is a long list of employers here that are participating.
Yeah.
Tell me, you don't have to name them all, but list off a few of the names and corporations that people might recognize that they could get a job at.
Yeah, so we were really mindful about trying to bring employers in that transcend a lot of different industries and have a lot of different types of skill sets that they're hiring for, so that almost anyone can take advantage of this event. Some major employers or some employers that are recognizable obviously would include Geico, Ice Miller, which is a really great law firm downtown. We have Delta Faucet, who is also a really big participant and sponsored our parade this year. Cummins, Eli Lilly and Company, Newfields. So we really have people from all different sectors that are coming together and that are looking for a variety of different positions.
Wonderful. And when is this career fair taking place?
Yeah, so this is going to be on Monday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and we're going to be at the Indiana Historical Society in downtown Indianapolis, so we're nice and centralized to the rest of the city.
Wonderful. And if people want more details, if they didn't catch it all right here and now, where can they go for that information?
If you go to indypride.org, right on our homepage at the very top, we have information about the career fair, and if you push that button for more information, it'll take you right to the event page.
Great, and we'll make sure to post all the information on hiringhoosiers.com. Tiffany Hansen from Indy Pride, thank you so much. We hope that a lot of people are able to make it out to this great event.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith and Tiffany. RTV6 scopes out opportunities for all ages, but this month Hiring Hoosiers is highlighting students transitioning from the classroom to their career. Our Alyssa Donovan gets the scoop on BDTV at the Area 31 Career Center at Ben Davis High School.
Kieran Simmer worked on this video before graduating earlier this year.
I'll talk to people that have also graduated this year, and I can show them some of my work, and they said, wow, I wish I had this kind of opportunity in high school.
He sat in the same classroom as these students who are receiving hands-on experience in television production, an education that will lead to major opportunities.
The internship I had this summer was offered to college juniors or seniors. So the skills that I've learned here are so high and are usually attained by people that are much, much older than me.
Like many BDTV grads that came before him, Simmer is continuing his education. He starts at Ball State this year, where he'll work a video job while pursuing a degree in telecommunications.
We still need to work on our newscast.
Instructor Dennis Goins, who spent years working as a news and sports photographer, has been sharing his experience with students for nearly 20 years.
The challenge for me is to take that student to make them understand how serious this is. We treat it not like any other class. It is a production facility.
Students learn camera operations, news writing, editing, field and studio production. All of the elements it takes to create a professional newscast, like this one featuring BDTV alum and RTV6 weekend anchor, Nicole Griffin.
Our students are working in just about every TV station here in Indianapolis. We have students that are working in film production all over the world. And because of the years that we've been here and the success that we've had, we want to continue the legacy of greatness.
A legacy that's well known by students who feel fortunate to be part of the program.
There's something special about BDTV that you can't get really anywhere else in the country.
Working for you, Alyssa Donovan, RTV6.
Very cool. Thanks, Alyssa. And Dennis Goins, the instructor, is also a former RTV6 employee. He says they have students from 11 different schools coming to the Career Center for this program. Again, you can find this story and others like it at hiringhoosiers.com. And our Hiring Hoosiers Classroom to Career initiative continues on RTV6's Good Morning Indiana. Here's a preview of the stories and schools we will be featuring, so be sure to join us all week from 4:30 to 7. Well, there may come a time when you feel you've hit a ceiling at work, like you like your job and you don't want to move. So what do? Our Hiring Hoosiers career coach is sharing advice about making a breakthrough in your career.
Well, sometimes it can seem like there's just no potential for a higher level job or more pay, yet leaving the company can be a big risk. You may be able to create opportunities for growth in the company where you're working right now. First of all, try networking. Additional knowledge could help you grow in your position. Look into networking groups and free classes to help you improve your skill set. Work One and your local adult education programs like Central 9 offer classes for job seekers who want to grow. There are also free online programs available through lynda.com and Coursera, where you can gain valuable knowledge. Many universities also offer free courses to get you started on a career track. Look at nonprofitcollegesonline.com. Networking groups in your community have workshops and weekly meetings where you can meet interesting professionals just like yourself and learn about their career journeys while inheriting a group of new contacts outside your usual circle. It's a great way to build relationships with other people while furthering your career goals. Be sure to ask about new opportunities with your employer. Even though there may be little or no growth in your current role, that doesn't mean it will always be that way. Be that person who always steps up when the team needs you. You never know when something good will come out of it, and your name might be the one they call. Ask your coworkers for professional feedback. Ask them questions like, how did you get to where you are today? And could you keep me in mind if you see an opportunity where I can participate in a project? Let them know that you are seeking new challenges and opportunities for growth. Don't hesitate to talk to your manager about your goals for your career. This is very important because it tells them that you are ambitious and career focused.
And you can hear more advice and tips from our career coach, plus current job openings at our website, hiringhoosiers.com. We'll be right back.
77.
Right now in the Hiring Hoosiers report on RTV6, the Department of Labor is usually revising jobs numbers after an unemployment report. But a new revision is so large, it's raising concerns the economy could be getting weaker. The Labor Department says the U.S. economy created 500,000 fewer jobs between April of last year and March of this year than previously reported. That's the largest downward revision in a decade.
Temperatures, they're on a downward trend. Will be below average here for several days with humidity dropping as well. There are a couple showers around. That's a little more than a shower there. South of Seymour, some downpours, maybe a rumble of thunder. For the rest, it's basically some downpours to the south, a few showers in central Indiana, and your 7-day planner. Everything works out timing-wise. The cooler temperatures, lower humidity arrive just in time for the weekend. We'll come back up into the 80s early next week.
I'll start planning for your weekend now. Looks nice. Thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. We'll see you at 11.